Welcome back. Going to do the third and final episode of the playthrough. I haven't had time to do it before now, I'm sorry, but I'm here now, so let's get it done. Right, so where are we? We have done a lot of housing. We still lack quite a bit. I think it's over 20% we lack, yeah. And we also started on the defenses, because I just have to warn you guys, when animal rage comes, you need to be prepared. You need to know a little bit about it. Yeah, I need to get some food for the animals as well. The straw is just ridiculously not worth it. Just not worth it. At least not until we get enough farms up so that we have a good overflow of straw to feed the animals. We need to get up much more flax farms. I've added a few to make sure that we feed them properly, because you know I'm feeding at the moment the pine nuts. That's like 250-300 calories. It's a joke. I have roots, which is also 300 calories, another joke. And then I have flax grains, which is 4,000 calories, which is what you should aim for when you have a lot of animals. And I do. I have like, how many do I have? Almost 100 something. So there needs to be a lot of animal feeding going on. Yeah, not kidding. Oh. So I'm just gonna play along. So what is going on in the dev's kitchen at the moment is the finalizing before public gets animal rage. There are a few things that I still want the developers to consider, which they haven't so far, which I don't like. They haven't considered a protection time for the larger tribes migrating. If you are 50 plus in the Mesolithic timeline and you must migrate whether you like it or not, you will have issues when you land, because animals will come and ruin your things, because there's no way you can get up both housing, fireplaces and storage enough to save everything when you land with a 50 plus size tribe. You won't even get up fencing, and besides, in order to protect your population towards all the animals, you need the palisades, and the palisades do not come until well into the Neolithic timeline. They have made it easier to get the palisades, so you need to up your woodworking skills for sure to get them above 10%. So keep this in mind. You need higher skills, but they have reduced it by half, so that is a big plus, you know, because we needed to do that. I said it's going to be impossible. We need to give players a chance to actually make it when they migrate, you know. And we have been disagreeing quite a bit, because I want to give the players much more control and peace, and the devs want the players to have much more action. But my argument is that when the action becomes frustration, we are not doing anyone a favor. And I really hope that they will listen to me in the end. No guarantees though, we will see how it goes. I don't win all my battles, but I do win most of them, because nobody can argue with logic. The problem now, as it has always been, is not that the devs do not want to listen. It is that the devs do not have the same insight as me into the game. I know it sounds horrible to say, but they don't. They have no clue unless I tell them what happens in the larger tribes' long-term gameplay. I am the only one who has this insight. They don't, and they know it, but there are times, even though I inform them about the bad things, the things that need to tweak in the larger tribe long-term play, they still don't do it, because they don't agree it should be like this or this or this, or they think it should be that or that and that. And I say no, that's frustrating for players. And so what I would like to ask everyone who's bothering to see my videos is that if you agree with what I'm saying, that you also talk about it to the devs. You just mention it on a forum or Steam or wherever you want to talk about it, or Discord as well. Say whatever you think. It's important that you give feedback, because nobody has given any feedback about anything within Animal Rage except me. I'm the only one that has given feedback. So if you see something that you don't like, let the devs know. If you see something that you like a lot, let the devs know. If you see something that could do with a tweak, let the devs know. If you have a suggestion around anything you see, let the devs know. It's quite simple. I know it's not a lot of people who watches my videos. I mean, it tends to be arduously long, and most people just want the information quickly. You don't get information quickly from me. You get constantly information over hours, because it's just, yeah, the game is too intricate to do it in 2 minutes. Anywho, so there are a few things that still needs work before it becomes public. It won't be far off now though, but a few of the things that needs work are those that belong to the larger tribes. So the majority of players who doesn't play larger tribes will not really find any issues as such, unless they play really big tribes and then try to migrate, or they are very slow building stuff up. So what I find a little bit difficult is to communicate my findings in a way that the developers will understand, because they don't have time to test long-term bigger tribes. I do that, and there are times where I feel I can't really reach them with what I'm trying to explain. I don't know if it's language or if they just do not wish to change to what I suggest, but it can be a little bit frustrating to not have any kind of reply or response to what I am suggesting or saying, because I spend a lot of time on this game to help the developers to do the testing, because that is something they don't have time for. I know they do the starter tribes and the smaller tribes, no big deal, but for me the problem starts with the big long-term tribes. And as far as I know, I'm the only one who reports back with these bigger tribes. So if you see something when you play your bigger tribes that is not okay, or that you would like to have changed or seen differently, etc., please talk about it. Because this goes without saying that the more of us that ask for a change or have any complaints or love, for that matter, for what is being done, that the more willing they are to listen and to take time to do some changes to whatever the community wants. Because I'm not alone in the community, I'm just one voice, you know. So whatever you see, whatever you experience, good or bad, just please let the developers know. Be vocal about it. They can handle a lot of criticism, because trust me, they have got a lot of shit through the years from haters and whatever that expects miracles from two persons. So don't be afraid to speak up, and I will always reply to you. I will always be on the player side as well. But it's after the game was released, everything has kind of changed, because they are working for free just like I am. They don't get any income at all. Everything they get from the game, people buying game or whatever, goes directly to the freelance developers, the freelance artists and the freelance animators. So yeah, they haven't had a salary since release, which is in its 3rd year. They've been 3 years without salary from the game. So yeah, it needs to sell better, and developers need to listen to me, which they don't always do, but most of the time they do. But I find this super important, that you should give players at least a few months protection from wild animals when you land, so they don't ruin so much for the larger tribes when they try to migrate. So if you have a large tribe and you are migrating, just share your experience with the devs so that they can see that it's not just something Lily is babbling about. She actually knows what she's talking about. That would be a grand help, a very grand help. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. So there's a lot of work going on as well. No wonder we don't communicate, because we're all so flipping busy. The devs are working really hard on Predators, so what we have left to do is only one thing, and that is to get implemented the behavior between wild animal and human. That's all we have left to do. We've done all the designs, we've done all the animation, we've done all the looks, all behaviors for environment. We just need to implement behavior between human and wild animal. That's what's lacking, and then it will be a gazillion tweaks, because there will be an exaggeration of everything. This is very typical with the devs. When they introduce something new, they always exaggerate the gameplay so much that you're literally slaughtered when you try playing the patch for the first time. This is very common, I think, among other players, among other games, that they overdo everything and then they adjust it as they go along. So it's either way too much or it's way too little. Unfortunately, I'm not really doing the game a good service because I know exactly what to do at all times, while most other players do not. I don't mean this in an arrogant way, it's just I've played the game so much, I know everything about it. I know all the symbiotics and all events that could possibly happen due to player doing this or don't do that, not doing that. I just know. Developers do not. So when it comes to the bigger tribes, they really, really should listen to me. Because I play them a lot. While they take care of the smaller tribes or other testers. I don't know, I don't talk to any other testers, I never see any other testers, but they probably have some in other channels, so we don't give the same information or get influenced by each other's information, so they get more accurate pictures. But when it comes to bigger tribes, I actually do know a little bit what I'm talking about. In one hardcore tribe I migrated. I think I had 80 people. And I had 6 big peltas I could make. I had 60 leather and the corresponding fine sticks that you need for it. And within 3 nights after I landed, they were all broken. Everything was ruined by animals running over them. So I just let the devs know, yeah, I'm not going to waste any time or resources on building any big peltas because they are ravaged within a few days anyway, before they even finish building. So I lost all the fine sticks, and of course all the leather, had nothing left. So I just showed him how that is. So I said, if you think I'm the only one who will refuse to do big peltas because they run over them and ruin everything, you are sorely mistaken. Why would you give us big peltas as a migration help when you're just going to take it away within a few days after we land? Who is going to be stupid enough to continuously build big peltas when they're ruined within a few slips anyway? And that logic seemed to reach them, because now you can't ruin the big peltats. But the smaller ones, of course, can be ruined by the bigger animals. So, but that makes more sense, that if you run past a straw shack with a cow, you will have some damage. That makes more sense. So I'm really glad that got done. Otherwise, that would be way too frustrating. The thing is, if I had not been there to say this, they would not know it, because they don't play the bigger tribes. They don't have time. They are coding non-stop, trying to get on top of things. So if it wasn't for me, they would have no clue. Can you imagine the reception the game would have gotten with all these changes to Animal Rage if I had not reported what I find? This is also why it's so important that you guys give feedback on what you find. Because there's no way I can reduce myself to think like a new player. So I'm not doing the game a favor. I need people who play from the beginning, who do not have full insight, to also say what they think, what they find, and what they struggle with, what they like, what they dislike. So, yeah. I wish more people would do that. Like, after Animal Rage was implemented to the patron server, the gold and silver can access the patron server, nobody has given feedback. Not a single person has given any feedback at all, just me. I wish more would do it. Yeah. So yeah, the game needs to do better. The developers need to get more feedback from the community, not only me. This is really important, to get more than one view, because I'm just one voice, My voice will only carry so far. There needs to be some weight behind a few of the things that the devs and I don't agree on. So if you give your opinion and it is same as mine, then the devs are more likely to change it. Or if it is more on the side where the devs are coming from, then they won't change it. You know, this is just trying to balance between all the players, so we need more feedback from you guys. And don't be afraid to voice your opinion. It will all be welcome. So with regards to what I am trying to get through, the protection time for larger tribes that migrate in any timeline, I think the devs are a little bit locked on that. Players want more action, but there is a huge difference between having welcome action and unwelcome frustration, because wild animals are ruining too much. I'm now started today, a new version, patch 11, which is like 15-20 away from what you are at the moment. And they have reduced the damage by at least 80%, so the damage is very low in comparison to what it used to be. But you will still have animals, and you will still have to use the defense tools. We can talk about that when I do that video. It won't be now because you guys don't have access. Patrons do. So there are some animals you just can't get rid of and stuff like that. So most animals just come to basically steal your food because they're hungry. You know, rats will always go through everything. They will gnaw through everything, and they will constantly be coming. Beginners will have it worse. Do you know why? Because beginners have much more animals than both normal and hardcore. So hardcore is getting off scot-free in comparison to large beginner tribes. They are going to be ravaged. I don't think I can do that. I need to save my logs. I'll get one of each on each side. One on each side. That's all I'm going to afford on purpose. That'll do it. So the totems, the wooden posts, they increase the speed of prayers, so they get satisfaction faster. Yeah, that's the point of those. And of course the aesthetic, it's really beautiful. I really like watching them. So yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. So the devs are working on finalizing Animal Rage with the information or the feedback they have gotten, and I think 100% of it is from me, because I've seen no feedback anywhere else. And they are also working on finalizing the Predators, because that's going to be released to Patreon very shortly. And they're also preparing to release new food types, new tools, new plants, etc. There's plenty in testing. You guys might have seen some of it, but far from everything, because some of it I could actually hide, and the majority my editor has gotten rid of. And then it will come to public some months later. So if you want to see everything more or less the same day they create it, you should get a patron. You don't have to do gold. You can do silver as well to get access. But if you only want to access the developer diary, you can do bronze only, which is like £1 a month. I mean, you pay 10 times more just for a coffee at Costa Coffee, you know, or a Starbucks. So yeah, if you want to know more, just become a patron. The developers create a developer diary, and they post all the details about everything they're doing, explain everything with pictures and everything in the patron access website. For the public, it comes roughly once a month with only like a smidgen of the information. Nothing really explained, it's just a short list of what they're doing. So if you want full information and access to the server to play some of the new things, to actually give feedback on the Animal Rage, get yourself silver or gold. You can also contact me on Discord, and I will grant you a free month of either gold or silver, so you can try it out for a month. I mean it. I'm Lady Lilly on Discord. You probably know, because yeah, I babble all the time. As soon as someone says anything, I'm there communicating. I love communicating. Communicating is super important. Talking is very important, especially for us that tend to overthink. So talking is important. Whatever doesn't pay the rent needs to get out, and a lot of thoughts and feelings do not pay the rent, so we need to talk about them. Yeah, when you're having a shit day, find a purpose. That's what I do. After my daughter died, I needed a purpose, so I started 4 businesses, and I am a raid leader and member of a guild in World of Warcraft that I've been playing for 20 years. And that is very social. And I'm also finding purpose in testing this game, because they rely on me. I'm the only one, I think, that actually reports anything to them. I haven't seen anyone else reporting. We are supposed to be several testers, but I don't see any changes based on them. I don't see anyone of them communicate. It's just me. If you check the shorts I did a week ago or so, you will see that all the testing subjects are by me. And there's tons of them, all by me. So yeah, I think I'm the only tester they actually have that is active. So yeah, if you want to try a silver or gold free for a month, just contact me on Discord. I will grant you, so you can try it out and then give feedback. That's the only thing I ask in return. Give feedback when you play. Tell the devs what you think. That will be a huge help for me as well, because I can't reduce myself to a beginner. I can't manage to think like a beginner because I know too much. So this is not our plus for the game, this is actually our negative for the game. So those of you who are watching my video and does not know the game in and out like I do, do it, just give your feedback. Because I guarantee you will find things that I don't even think about. So that would be a good help. Yeah, flax. I need more flax because I need to feed my animals, because I don't have a lot of straw at all. I have a full group with max priority doing straw only. But you know, when the animals are eating so much, like the cattle are eating 6,000 calories a day and straw gives 300, one unit, it goes without saying. You can't continue to feed 40 cows with 18 straw per cow. That's so much, it's just not possible. Put it here, yeah, use up some of the clay or the mud that we have laying around. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let them work on that. So you guys have probably noticed now that it's been like this now for a while, that you can't go past 1500 BC. You can never lose your tribe to age, because how it used to be before it was changed was that you could only play to 1k AD, and then you couldn't migrate anymore, and you wouldn't get migrants with information, with knowledge, and you wouldn't get more livestock. This has changed. Luckily, I had to argue a while for them to do it the way I wanted it, but it is now the way I want it, because now they stop when the Neolithic is more or less over, which is 1500 BC, because we are well into the Metal Ages, and we still get migrants with information, with knowledges, and we still get livestock, and we can still migrate and get correct 1500 BC environment. And it took a while for me to get that through, but we did get it through in the end, so that is a good thing, a very good thing. Let's get some more flax. So on beginners, and to a certain degree normal, depending on where you are really, you don't need to rely too much on the trading with the regional tribes, because I'm not saying it's super duper easy, but you tend to have so much resources that you don't have to rely on the tribes around you. So I actually think that I might have to make another video, and this is not going to be 3.3, this is going to be 3.4, because things take time. It is not done in a swift, and I don't want to go past everything, because I have things to say and I have things to show you. I'm going to focus a lot on communication today rather than just only playing and saying what I'm doing as I'm playing. Because there are things we need to talk about and things that I find important to say to everyone who's willing to listen. Communication is super important. Don't be lonely where you are. Seek a purpose. Seek a better purpose if you can. I know not everyone has that luxury. Fortunately, I do. And I have sought different purposes. Especially those who are going through difficult times because of how their mind works. Overthinkers especially are ravaged on a very regular basis by thoughts they don't want to have, feelings they don't want to have. I know this. I got it after my daughter died. I have a lot of issues. I think nobody wants to be with me. I think nobody wants to play with me. And I think I'm disliked by everyone. And it's such a weird feeling to have. You know logically that that is not true, but the feeling is still there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But one thing that do help me, that I hope might help you too, if you're listening, find a purpose. Any purpose. My purpose is testing this game. My businesses that I started after my daughter died, and playing World of Warcraft, where I get a lot of my social needs from, because I have a big social network on World of Warcraft. The community there is really good, and we do things together that we all enjoy, so we have common interests. So if you have friends where you have common interests, try to have more time with them, because they will understand you better than acquaintances that don't really know you. Yeah. So that's what I do. You don't have to do it, but that's what I do. I found grounding techniques that works for me. But you know, when you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day. You're paddling like mad underneath, but you're trying to wear masks in society so people can't see how much you are struggling, because we don't want to bother anyone, do we? We don't want to make, a fuss about ourselves anywhere, do we? I would be perfectly happy doing all my work behind a screen, nobody seeing me. Because I don't seek attention. I don't want attention. In childhood, attention was never a good thing. Never a good thing for me. So I don't think there's a single person alive that has gone through life without some kind of shit happening to them that could potentially cause issues. We all have skeletons in our closet. So yeah, if you have a bad day, you have a bad day. It is how it is. Everybody has it. Anybody claiming that, oh no, I'm always happy, you are such a liar. You are hiding yourself. You refuse to go into yourself. I'm not saying that's a bad thing necessarily, because in all my years of having friends and also professionally, people who are not overthinkers, they don't have issues. It's the overthinkers that tend to have a lot of issues, especially those with troubled pasts, coming from a traumatic childhood, for instance, a traumatic event, any trauma. I think there's a lot more PTSD going around than we perhaps are aware of. But you're certainly not alone. Oh dear Lord, if everybody just dared to be completely open about what they're struggling with, they would find that there are many people in the same boat that you could talk to and not feel alone. The loneliness is hard to deal with. When you have a bad day, you tend to feel really lonely, but you also isolate yourself because you are going into a valley of depression. So it's a really evil circle, but this is how I fought it. I fought it with purpose. Find a purpose to keep you going every day. Have a bad day if you want to. I mean, it's not like you want to. Have the bad day, let your feelings ravage you, and then grab a hold of yourself. Find your purpose and go do your purpose. Even if it's just like Jordan Peterson, just start doing your flipping bed in the morning. It's one thing done that you don't want to do. Do the dishes. I know you don't want to do them. Just get them done. Just get up and get them done. It's so easy for me to say, but I know how hard it can be to get done. Trust me, I've been there. I have days where I don't even want to get up from bed, but I have to, because I have purposes I need to take care of. There are days where I don't even want to brush my flipping teeth. The only time I The only thing I don't neglect ever is feeding my cats, taking care of my cats. And my garden, actually. My cats and my garden never get neglected. Everything else easily go a day without me touching it. Oh, and I do tend to do the kitchen as well, because I hate dirt in the kitchen or in the bathroom. But then again, I'm in a position where I have a cleaner to come do all the floors for me. Yeah, so I'm a bit spoiled like that. But then again, I have lived a life that has enriched me. So I have success today in living more or less the way I want to. What wasn't a part of the plan was losing a child, which has thrown everything in chaos for me, because my PTSD came crashing down and really ruined everything for me. But having a purpose has really helped a lot. So if you are struggling, whether it was grief or whatever it is, trauma, find a purpose. Execute small purposes every day. Pet the neighbor's cat. Give your mother a hug, or slap her in the back of the face if she's the reason you have trauma. No, don't do that. Don't do that, even though you want to. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. Yeah. There are a lot of people who need a good slap in the back of their heads for whatever reason. Not everyone are nice. A lot of people you think are your friends, they will leave you the second you have troubles. Your real friend will seek you when you have trouble, will try to reach out for you, to talk to you, even if it's just to say hello and tell them, give a hug or just say, I care, I'm here for you. A lot of people will say, yeah, I'm here for you if there's anything you need, and then they won't mean it. I never ask anyone for help. I never talk to anyone. When you're struggling with feeling of not being wanted, you don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to seek anyone because you think you're bothering them, so you just don't do it. I know I'm not alone in this. I know several of you guys probably have the same issue. Not saying you have the same trauma, but the result is the same on so many levels. Oh yeah, back to the game. God, I keep getting sidetracked because I'm having one of those days where I need to talk, because the businesses I do, I talk to customers, but that's it. But it's nothing deep or more fulfilling, if you know what I mean. Like talking to a friend or a good family member and stuff like that. And there's no talk about anything but 100% pure work in Ancient Cities testing Discord. And sometimes they don't talk to me for weeks. So I go to World of Warcraft in the evenings to talk to my friends there, and that helps a lot. If any of you guys play World of Warcraft and want to come play with me, I also use Discord to communicate, so we can both play and communicate on Discord at the same time. We have a lot of fun. We laugh a lot. Laughing is so important. So important. But being overly happy all the time is not normal either. So allow yourself to have grumpy days. Totally fine. And much more normal than you think. Nobody goes through life only happy. That just does not happen. Does not happen. Okay, so what am I doing? Yeah, I'm trying to get more housing up. It takes time, doesn't it? Because there's so much else you need to do at the same time in the game. There's so much things you need to focus on as well, besides getting up housing. I did a really stupid thing in World of Warcraft the other day. Oh, for heaven's sakes, it's so typical me to do these stupid things. I was multitasking. I was doing something on my secondary screen as I was trying to buy stuff from the auction house on my primary screen in World of Warcraft. I was going to buy 40 feasts to get sent to my hunter to bring to raid. And instead of just clicking 40, I clicked the arrow up and just held it. I just held it. When you hold it, it goes faster up the amount. And I was doing things at the same time, or checking things, looking over to my secondary screen to read something. And then I look back and pay, and it almost took 2 million off my account. Because instead of buying 40 feasts, I bought 4,000. So now I have food for the next 6 expansions. Oh dear Lord. Yeah. So that was a big boo-boo that I did in World of Warcraft. Don't do like me. Don't do that. I hope at least one of you guys play World of Warcraft and want to come play with me. That would be so cool. Because then we could talk about AC as well, couldn't we? We can talk about the game as well, this game too. Then we have 2 interests together. That alone is enough to start a friendship. Because I want many friends. I only have a few really good and deep ones, like the inner circle is just a few, less than 3 I think. I have 2 or 3 that I dare to be 100% myself with, both good and bad. But then you have the outer one outside there, which is some of your family members that you don't really talk a lot to, or that you're with a lot and stuff like that, extended family. And then you have your acquaintances on a circle outside there again, which is, high on the shops and, chit chat and just shallow talk, if you know what I mean. But the inner ones are also always very few with me. There's not many people I trust to tell all my inner thoughts and my struggles. But if you have even just 1 or 2 really inner friends that know you through and through, then you're doing fine. Then seek those, because they will know you well enough to know what you need when you need it, and you let them know that you do need it. But then again, I'm assuming now that everybody has some friends. I know there are plenty lonely males and so many lonely elders. I married a man who accepts that I help a lot of people, not only via doing things online, but also in real life. I take in strays and have them for a while. And I like doing that because I don't want people to be lonely. I know what it is to be lonely. You can be in a big group of people, but you can still be so lonely. And loneliness is a killer. I know this. It's definitely a killer. Communication and having someone you can talk to is so important. And best of all is to be with someone who actually is in the boat that you are. It is when you're offered from the community, when you're offered from the community help, that help is best served and best functional if it comes from someone who actually is in your boat. And this is not something I'm just saying, I have experienced it. There was nobody in my boat when my daughter died. I was alone. In the end, I couldn't use their help because I was just annoyed at them all the time, because there was this one person who was there because her pet had died. Her pet had died, and my brain couldn't accept that she was suffering as much as me who lost a child. I couldn't accept it, and I still can't. My brain can't work it. I just can't get my head around it. But I know how much loss of a pet can hurt. But I still couldn't get my head around it. My brain did not want to accept it, so I had to leave. I had to just stop going. But it just shows that depending on the trauma you have experienced, if you've experienced little to no trauma, these things that a lot of us see as smaller things, they are overwhelming for the person who has had no other trauma. If this person who lost a pet also lost their only child, how would they differentiate? How could they explain the difference in what they felt? Because I know there is a difference. The loss of a pet can be devastating for many weeks. The loss of a child is devastating for the rest of your life. And this is why I just could not get my brain around accepting that she was so devastated, even though I know that this was probably one of the only traumas she had had in her entire life, and hell, she had nothing else to compare it to, and her brain acted based on experience. This is logic to me, but my brain didn't want to accept it. I had to leave. It is the weirdest feeling ever. It was like It was like I want to say, what are you on about? It's a pet. Even though I know losing a pet is horrid. It is. The human mind is driving me insane, seriously. You can't get right on it. It's just, oh, it does its own thing no matter what you want. Rule number 1 for me is to not overthink. I think that's a flipping good rule. Stop overthinking. I'm having one of these days where I need to communicate. Unfortunately, this is the day where I have time to actually do a flipping video. Yeah. You guys have to pay for it. But you know if you actually need to talk? I am a good person to come to. Even if it's just to know that you're not alone. Even just knowing you're not alone. I'm actually there. Just one hug can do such a difference. Just someone letting you know that you hear them. You know, I hear you. I hear you. You know, you're not alone. Does a difference. Loneliness is not good. Communication is super good. Purpose is a must. Find a purpose. That is my best advice. Find a purpose and find knowledge about why we are the way we are. You can go, I hate psychology, but if you go via psychology, you will find out why we are the way we are. Why are you acting like this? Why does your brain do this? You have 3 brains, did you know that? The primary one does all the first decisions for you, did you know that? Everything you feel and stuff always starts there. It's the secondary that we need to use when we communicate with other people. It's the secondary we need to use to control the first. Because whatever you think, you can't say all of that. That's unacceptable. Because the primary only thinks about survival. It will warn you about warnings, about danger. Danger that's not even there. It cocks up danger that could happen. This is anxiety. This is the part of the brain that is going completely haywire to start with. Making anxiety pathways that we shouldn't follow. 99% of what we worry about will never occur. Has never occurred, never will occur. So why are we tormenting ourselves with these overthinking ideas? The catastrophizing of everything. Oh, it annoys the shit out of me. I'm aware of it though. So filling days with communication, purpose, intent, trying to do things helps a lot. And finding a grounding technique that works with you is even better. Yeah. Let me see. I'm coming home with stuff now. Yeah. Getting more flax to my animals. God, I have no straw. Nipping me. I'm going to lose some animals, aren't I? If I don't get food up soon. See, the pine cones is a flipping joke as well. They're like 250 or 300 calories. Our cow eats 6,000 calories a day. Well, thank goodness they only eat once a day. Humans eat twice. Imagine if they ate twice a day as well. 6,000 times 2, 12,000. No, they would be eating 3,000 at the time, wouldn't they? Because that's what they're doing with humans as well. Yeah. Lock them down so they don't take them, because I need to plant them. The mud house is almost done, or the mud run house is almost done. I'll see if I can get down more farms as well, because we definitely need more straw, because my full group with straw gatherers can't get enough, especially not when you're building up your tribe at the same time. So maintenance is much easier when you have managed to calculate your farms right. And calculating your farms right is depending on geography, depending on your policies, depending on the skills of your workers. The less skilled and the harsher policies, the worse it's going to get. This is why it's so important that players from the start learn to use the policies. I always use policies. Even in beginner tribes, I always mix and tricks the policies. Especially hardcore. Hardcore, you need to do them all the time. In big tribes, oh my word, you never get 5 minutes on your ass. Never. You do not grow roots. There's always something you need to do. And doing a 400 plus hardcore tribe in region 1 at the very top of the north that you can possibly get. You always, every year, you need to do raids, you need to do trades, and you need to use your clear tool a lot. And you need to use your policies a lot. Even rationing you need to use a lot. Because even though the devs have increased the yield from crops to make it easier to have a long-term sedentary farm, a large sedentary farm, there will still be logistical issues when you stay there for like 30 years. And this is why I enjoy migrating, because not only do I reset and kick in the changes to the servers, but I also get a fresh start. And a lot of us love doing fresh starts, don't we, with our big tribes, and we land with a ton of good stuff. We don't really have that anymore because Scavenge Run is basically a thing of the past without protection time for the players. Because the moment you land, you will have animals various sizes ruining various things for you. This is also a reason why I'm arguing with the devs that we should get some protection time for the players when they migrate with tribes. Because it's frustrating to land and then before you get up anything the first day, you have tons of animals coming for your ass. And your tribe can't handle that many. It just can't. So, yeah, we will see how it goes if they finally listen to it. But if they don't, which I suspect they won't, if it is released as is to the public, when it comes to the public, because it's already in Patreon, then you need to let the devs know what you think. If you think that it's too shitty after you migrate with a semi-large tribe, and you have too much frustrating events going on, you need to let the devs know, because at the moment we are having zero feedback from anyone about anything. It's only me. I'm the only one who gives any feedback. And especially from larger tribes, long-term, large, Neolithic, sedentary tribes. As far as I can see, it's only me. And I'm the only one reporting the issues with this specific gameplay. And since I'm the only one saying anything, I have to fight so hard to get changes because the devs disagree with me. But they shouldn't disagree. They shouldn't really have an opinion because they don't play long-term hardcore tribes. They don't. They never do. I'm the one doing that. So why would they not listen to me when I tell them that we need protection time? So if you agree with me when that time comes, please let the devs know, because they will listen to the odd player here and there. Even though they don't listen to me always in the areas where they don't understand what I'm talking about. If they don't have the experience themselves, it seems that they don't want to listen. And I know that the devs do not like that we migrate in the Neolithic timeline, and I don't understand why. Why would you give a crap what others are doing? If you don't like migrating, don't migrate. Play in a way that you can survive staying in the same place forever. If you don't want to migrate, just do what you want. Why would they butt into? If the player migrates or not, I can make no sense of this. I don't care if you want to migrate or not. I will migrate because I like it. Let players do what they want to do. That is rule number 1 in a flipping game. Give players the options to do what they want to do. I don't understand how they are thinking at times. I don't get how they're thinking. Because they want to simplify the game for the players that do not play normally games like this. Because this is a new way of playing, isn't it? And a lot of new players do not understand how to play it. And the tutorial is not rich enough to guide them well. I want the one-click system. This is something I've been asking for years to have. And that is that the first time the player click anything in game, they will get a pop-up informing this is this does that, this can happen, this won't happen, etc, etc, etc. All information they need to know about that one thing they clicked. Yeah, I have wanted that for years. And I've also said that I can make all the notes that you need for it. I normally do. I'm the one who made the flipping tutorial. I made the index. I put in all the extra information. So yeah, but I think the problem is that it will take time to do. And also I think the developers think that people do not want to read a lot. And I'm sure a lot of people don't want to read a lot. But some people do. And most important of all, it is needed. So many players do not get the gameplay. They don't understand it. They need to experiment, they need to fail, they need to try things, you know. They need to try to figure things out by themselves. And that is a lot to do for someone who is not used to it. So they don't. They just go on Discord or on Steam and says, my tribe is dying from hunger. Why? And there can be a million reasons for this. And they know none, except that there's no food. That is the obvious thing. That is the effect, not the cause. Or in ancient cities, the causes. There are always more than one reason why things are going titty up. I want this to be informed about when they click something for the first time in game. So we will see if they're actually going to listen to me. This is something that's really starting to grate on me, that they are not listening to me when I say something years ahead, and then one player complains about it or make a bad review about it, and then they change it. If you had listened to me in the first place, we wouldn't have had that bad review, you know. So I don't know what they're thinking always. Fucking lonely work, I'll tell you that for free. When you are the only one fighting for the gaming community to get things to be non-frustrating, it is a flipping lonely place to be working. Yeah. Anyway, how are we doing in the slum? Yeah. Let's get rid of some of the raw pelts. Get some much needed animal feed instead. I'll take them. I'm not even going to check them. I'll just take them. I really like that they're so short for them to walk from where they land. It's literally right next to where we are. I find the only reason I tend to do beetroots is because you are maxing out farms for each crop. Like I can only do 9. You can only do 9 of each. But it also depends on how many cells are taken by the wild crop of the types you're trying to make. But 9 normally is the limit that you can make of 900 farms, that is, maxed out farms of the same crop type. So I always have 9 pea farms, and I always have 9 wheat farms. And I tend to have 3 to 4 flax and 1 or 2 beets. That's it, beets, and it's not worth it because it's so low calorie. And they act like it's the best food ever, even though it's neutral. If you don't lock it down, that is the food they will go eat first. How stupid is that? I've said to devs, why are they so wild about the beetroots? Who wants to eat beetroots like that? Nobody. Nobody. Thank goodness the peas has high calorie content. They have 2,000. So much better than all the other low crap like kale and beets. So yeah, so if you do hardcore, you should aim for peas and wheat peas and wheat crops, yeah, and of course flax for your animals. But you know, in the end, we should manage to feed off the majority of the income we have from farms and supplement it with income from animals, which will be milk and meat, because we're building up our stock of the 3 types of animals that is in public. I have 4 in Testes, but you already know about that, because I have never managed to hide it. I've always shown it like a tune-up. And my voice is starting to go, so I might do this in 2 takes. This is the thing, when you've had COVID, you can suddenly get weird COVID symptoms years later. Like I have roughly once or twice per year that my voice goes weird and everything tastes weird, like metallic-y. And the only taste buds that are a little bit okay are those on the side of my tongue, which is really weird. But I know people who has had no sense of smell since they had COVID 4 years ago. What a curse. Can you imagine not being able to smell anything? Your nose is also a part of your tasting system, so your taste will be different. Oh man, I can't even imagine how horrid that must be. You know, because food is something that you really enjoy when it's tasting really good. And if that has changed, like when I have it and everything tastes metallic, I barely eat, because it's like eating cardboard, you know, chewing on lead. Heck. Yeah, so whoever's having that, I hear you. I see you, bro. I know where you stand. Yeah, definitely. People are way worse off than many of us. If we only have a bit of weird taste and smell and sound or voice a few times per year, we are the lucky ones. The luckiest are those who have no revisits of corona or COVID symptoms or COVID symptoms. Those are the luckiest ones. My sister had COVID and she got fatigue syndrome afterwards, and she hasn't gotten rid of it. So she's now disabled. She has such horrid fatigue syndrome, she barely gets out of bed in the morning. It's ridiculous how COVID has affected so many lives worldwide. I didn't get COVID until 2022. And then my husband gave it to me, because I avoided it like the plague myself. When you've had a cancer-ridden child, you learn how important cleanliness is to keep away things that can kill your kid. So I still carry that with me. I never touch door handles. I use my arm, you know, my elbow and stuff like that. And I always clean my hands before I go in anywhere and before I go out from anywhere. You know, this has become a habit after many years taking care of my cancer-ridden child. So those who remember to keep this clean all the time, your hands and stuff like that, you tend to be better off. But you know what? I got it anyway, because my husband went to work every day and came home with it. I couldn't force him to live in the garage, could I? I guess I could, but I wouldn't do that. I mean, would you? Maybe you would. Maybe I should. No, but yeah, I got it and it completely knocked me off my feet. But after that, I haven't got it a single time again. But I do take the vaccinations every year. I do take it, because I do not want it and I don't want to give it to others. Even though I don't suffer that much from any. I never had flu my entire life until I got COVID. So it really got to me, but after that I never had any inkling of it. But that doesn't mean that I'm not a carrier, because I can easily be a carrier without being sick. And I don't want to give it to someone who might actually die from it, you know, or give it to someone else who might die from it. So for me, my opinion is that the vaccination of myself was the responsible thing to do. I'm not going to tell anyone to either vaccinate or not vaccinate. You do what you think is best for you, but I personally will always vaccinate so that I don't kill others, and that is my belief, and I have my right to do what I want, just like you have your right to do what you want. I'm not talking about America where they are forced to do this or forced to do that. Yeah, and here you take a choice. If you do not want the vaccination every year, don't take it. But be aware that you can be a carrier, and you can potentially, not saying you are, you can potentially be very, very unlucky and give it to someone who actually might not survive it. And this is what I fear so much myself, and this is why I take it. Because before COVID, I never once had the flu. Not once in my entire life. So if it hadn't been for knowledge you get when you're an adult about how you can infect others who then kill others again, I probably would not have taken the vaccination. So this is the only reason I do it, to make sure that I am not the reason someone else dies. Because I couldn't live with myself if I knew that. That's why I vaccinate. I take no risk with anybody else's lives. And that is my prerogative. You do as you think is right. That's all there is to it. It's a bit worrying though, how some countries, I don't know, not necessarily treat people, but how they try to coerce, the coercion of you do this or you're not allowed to that. I do understand it though, because I kind of am on the same platform. But I also think there could be alternatives. And those who refuse to take, for whatever reason, not my business, do not want to take the vaccine, they should have a different option where they do not have the risk of infecting everyone. But then they need to respect that, don't they? They need to also respect that there are people who could die from whatever you are carrying as well. So if you do not want to take the vaccine for whatever reason, not my business, there are ways you can avoid risking infecting someone who might not survive it. And I think this is an important part that is not very talked about. I think it's important to not remove people's choices, but then again I also think it's equally as important to give options to allow people to make their own choices. So this is a big box that I kind of told myself I would never get into, but I think it's important that we are remembering that we are not alone in any decisions. Whatever decision we make can and will affect others. And I think this must always be something we have in the back of our minds, no matter decisions that we finally make. Yeah? That was the serious talk for today about opinions. I try to not be too opinionated. To me, it's most important that we are considering that we are living all together on the same planet. We're all in the same boat in that regard. I think that is the only thing that is really, really interesting for the universe, for the entirety of the planet. We're all living on the same one. Yeah. So, let's go back to the game again. Things take time. And this is going to be this is the shaman's hut. Well, you already know we're going to get shaman because I've blurted out with it several times now. It's like the sheep. It's been in the game for almost 3 years. Still secret. Still can't talk about it. I remember the first time someone saw it. I think his name was Vodka. Was the first guy who saw it. And he said, "Did I just see a sheep?" I said, "No." I said, "Yes, I saw a sheep." And then I told him he couldn't tell anyone. Because if the devs found out, then my ass wouldn't be worth two sour sardines or something like that. And he has kept it to himself. But of course the devs have figured that out a long time ago that I blurted it out. And now they don't care either. They even showed that the brown bear, one of the screenshots I made of a brown bear on one of the developer diaries in the Patreon shows that screenshot is a brown bear standing on 2 legs looking at the moon. So they're doing it themselves. But the brown bear is not supposed to be public, is it? It is now, because they put it up there. But I'm hoping this will keep the hype up when you see some of the wild animals. You haven't seen all of them. We have, for instance, a family member of the only obligatory carnivore in the entire world in the game. You probably could guess it if you know a bit about zoology and what animals can be found when and where in Europe. But I'm not gonna give it out. But their kids are so sweet. They are so cute. Oh my god, the animal kids are so adorable. It's like, oh, I want one. We are going to be able to tame stuff, but not today. The to-do list for the developers I'm not kidding. It is so big. Because everything that players say, they note down for future considerations and future to-dos. So when it says to-do, it means it is planned, it is coming. When it says future consideration, it means when that time comes, they will consider it. So there's a distinction here, yeah? Future considerations is not a certainty, while future to-dos is a certainty. Okay? Okay. Okay. Just so we know we're on the same track. Yeah. I think this, okay, we're fairly early still in the year, so they might actually finish this. I think they will finish this one before the time is up. So normal is 2 sleeps per night. No, per night. Per month. 2 sleeps per month. For everyone who does not remember, fast is 1 sleep per month. Fast is difficult. Really difficult. You eat 3 times less, but you need 3 times more people to get done everything. Yeah, so keep that in mind. So if you thought fast was going to be super easy, you are wrong. Fast is hard. Then you have normal, which is 2 sleeps per month. This is the most played, I think, and this is the normal game. So you have normal difficulty with normal speed, yeah? And then you have slow, which is 3 sleeps per night. I'm showing 3 fingers in real life here towards the screen, just telling you guys I'm articulating in real life what I'm talking about. 3 sleeps per month. And this is the one where you get the most done with the fewest people. Yeah? So this is where you can have a ton of farms. This is where you can max out 9 farms on both peas and wheat. If you're playing normal or fast, there is no way you can do that, because you don't have the time and you don't have the people. Even if you have 512 people, which is the max, you will not manage. Yeah, so when you see someone has a gazillion farms and they have 400 people, you know it's slow. Hardcore fast can easily have that many people, but the development of housing and stuff will be far less greater, not bigger, but yeah, you need a lot more workforce to do the same amount of work that you get done when you have 2 times more days to do the same work. On fast, you are clenching the time down to 1 day, when slow has it on 3. So you have 3 days plus 1 day for clearing. You have 4 days to get your farms done in fast. You have November, December, January, February, and then you have December. You start end November, then you have December for clearing, then you have January for tilling, January and February for tilling, then you have February and March for tilling and planting, then you have March and April for tilling and planting, and then you have up until June is the last. But each crop type only has 4 sleeps. You have 1 sleep for clearing, 1 sleep for tilling, 2 sleeps for tilling really. If you're new, you need 2 days for clearing as well, and then the last day should always be planting. So if you want to play fast, you need to think about that. You need to be extremely efficient with your workforce, especially after they reduce the efficiency to force people to use the policies more. What are you? Yeah, well, don't eat shitty food then. It's not like there's nothing else for you. I have too few service points for the good food. That's the reason they are eating the food they don't like. I'll add more as I go along. If it had been on hardcore, I wouldn't dare to let it go along. I would have to do something about it, because they would leave much faster than they do here. How will this look? Oh no, that's not going to look good at all, is it? Can I get a square here? Oh, oops, that's not a square. Oh, crikey. Because I don't want it to look weird, I just want it to be a small square. Can I do something about that? That gives me an idea. Maybe I should have a passage tomb here. Maybe. So, can I get it over here? No. But that circle leaves me with an idea. This idea. So I can have a bit of it goes fairly far back, doesn't it? Let's see what we can do here. Oh, no, too far away. There you go. Now I can put a bit of a farm in front of it, can't I? That could actually look really good. We'll see. It's not like there's a lot of stones here. There's like so little raw stones. If you think about it, it does make sense, because they never really had an ice age here. No, well, not as long as the rest of Europe, really. This far south, like Spain, had like 50 years cold last ice age, and that was it. So their beaches have much less stones than, for instance, in northern Norway. The entire beaches have tons of stones, because the ocean did not wash it into sand like they have here. Which is why there's so much sand down in south and so much stones and rocks further up north. You know, Norway is still in the last ice age. Not even kidding. We have permafrost, so does parts of Russia and stuff. We also have the biggest glacier in Europe, several kilometers long, Jostedalsbreen. So, oh, is that not what it's called? I think that's what it's called. We have several glaciers, but that's the biggest one. So yeah, when I used to live in northern Norway, we couldn't sit on the ground without anything during spring, late autumn and winter, because you could actually be killed from it, not kidding, because of the permafrost. So whenever you sat down in northern Norway during these times, these seasons, you had to have something to sit on. If you sat directly on the ground, you were inviting very bad health. Very bad health. It could actually kill you. Yeah, don't sit on the ground in cold places, goes without saying. But yeah, it's mostly the more northern parts of Europe, Norway, northern parts of Finland, Sweden, not Germany, but Russia for sure. Don't sit on the ground. So, yeah, so if you are in a place there is permafrost, do not sit on the ground unless it's high summer and it has been sunshine for many, many weeks. And you won't really find that in northern Norway. Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked or informed so much about me as a person before in any videos I've ever done than I have today. But I know there's a small group of people that tend to see my videos, and you all tend to be so positive and nice. I don't think I've had a hateful comment from anyone the 3 years I've been doing this. I don't think so. Or maybe I'm not understanding it if it is hateful. Well, I should. I mean, I grew up with shit around me all the time, so I should really recognize it, but I haven't seen it. Or maybe it's normalized. You know, that's a thing that a lot of people who had a shitty upbringing, they normalize the abuse, think it's normal. You know, so when they are experiencing it in adult life as well, they think it's normal. That's a trap we've all gone into, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that one just needs some straw and then it's done. Okay, let's find some more mud heaps. God, I would kill for some raw stones as well. We have so little. Well, it is nice here. It really is. Also, what is going to come, which the patron is enjoying now, is that you can click anything, anywhere, and get information. Like you can click this tree, you can click this horse, and the horse you already can. But you can just click that mud pile and find out exactly what it is and how much is in it. How much mud is left in it, you can find that out. You can click everything on the ground. Like the rosehip bushes, you can click them and it will say dog rose and it'll show a picture of it. Then it will show underneath what it is and the amount of food on it. And then you can use the arrow to click to the next dog rose. To the next, to the next, to the next. This is how I count in hardcore how many hazelnut trees I have up in northern Norway. I find one and then I click through and count how many I get. Now you don't have to go over the entire map to find out what you have. You find one and then you just click through. And everything you see that you don't know what it is, you click it and then the game will tell you what it is. I can't wait for this to be in public because I need to show you guys. I want to. You don't need it. You're not idiots. You know what you're doing. But I want to show you anyway because I'm so happy about it that we got it. So, yeah. Look at them being unhappy because they're eating the grains because I don't have enough service points for the other good food. Look, there are milk, fish, and hazelnuts, and cheese, dried fish, and clams, and you still go eat the grains that you hate. Because, what the heck? Is there a tree there that makes me not able to put it? There is. There's a flipping birch growing up, isn't there? God damn. Yeah, the only reason they're doing that is because I do not have... Oops. I do not have enough service points with the other foods. So, that is the only reason that is happening. Yeah. It's gotta go... It's not too many sleeping out in the open now. See, it's blue, that means it's less than 10%. But you know, if I keep on accepting migrants all the time, we'll never have enough houses. The next playthrough is not going to be in the south. It's too hot for most of the things. I'm going to do hardcore in Region 2 somewhere. I love being in the mountains. I want to be in the mountains so we have lovely winter and, you know, get more mud. I just clicked out everything. I was going to click out what to crop because we don't want to crop anything, and I by accident clicked out all the things I had encircled instead because the game saved just as I was clicking. So I didn't see it wasn't working, so I clicked again and then I clicked where I shouldn't. Yeah, just saying. A bit of ventilation going on here, sorry guys. I have a little bit of a bad day, like my mind is overthinking too much. Need to do things to stagger it. Keep myself busy. I wonder if I'm ever going to complete this fence, this palisade. It's just not that I need to focus on housing first, I think, because there are some people who are really fed up sleeping by the fireplaces. At least they're not sleeping in the open, but it's not beginner's difficulties. I cannot be too complacent. You know, the players who say that, oh, the game is so boring, and then they play beginners. Beginners is for those who need to learn. You are drowning in everything. Everything is piss easy, so you should learn the mechanics. That's the point of the beginner level. Like they don't get it. Let's help them with the mods. So we can get up that long house. Because there's quite a bit in that mud pile. See what we think about the pattern. The cool pattern. Oh, I remember I used to make wonders and art before they before they changed how the fencing was allowed to be placed down. they removed some of the degrees, the angles, so now it's just impossible to do very fine art anymore. The horse I made, I couldn't make that again today with this with the way fences are. But then again, we no longer have wild animals going through your fences anymore like we used to, which was even more frustrating. So out of two evils, I guess. Yeah, let's just have these in the group so that they are practicing their architecture. Yeah, and you, that'll do it. That should be it. Yeah, getting up a few more of the service points so they don't go so quickly to the fated food. What should I put there? I don't think I have one of those yet, so yeah, let's do one for the hazelnuts. So the rule is quite simple with regards to how many service points per crop type or per food type. If whatever you want them to eat the most of, they should get the most service points. So that will be your animal, almost said, your crop types, like beets and peas. I will not use any for beets because the beets will never live long enough to require anything to be stored. They disappear within the first night. Peas, however, never do. So I want them to eat more of the peas because they are 4 times more calories. They got 2,000 in comparison to, is it 500 or 600 the beetroots have? Yeah. So it's a much better idea to have plenty service points for the high calorie foods. It's neutral though, so if you want them to eat the light food, like I'm going to add a lot of service points for cheese and also for bread when we make of it, so when we have enough to actually make it go around industrial wise, then I'm going to make more service points for bread and for cheese, because that is also high calorie and people love it, so that will keep your tribe much happier. So remember, you can also control your tribe population by having either higher happiness or a controlled lower happiness. You can also get rid of some of your adults and not kill off your kids if you want to lower your population by sending them out on suicide missions to big tribes, but you send them out in small groups that gets many killed or completely annihilated. But be aware that you do not decide who you send. So you could send someone who has max skill in a knowledge, and that knowledge will be lost if this person is lost. Yeah, so it is a risk, and you need to kind of see who is going out. You know, if it is someone with bad grades, 4 people with really, really bad grades and not particularly high knowledge or nothing that the tribe wouldn't have without them, let them go. That's a good choice. Yeah, so keep that in mind if you want to lower your population without killing your kids. Unfortunately, we don't send elder people to do raiding. It's only adults. If it was elders, elders could go as well. That would be great, because yeah, the thing with elders, they are useless unless you have your work age policy on max, because if you don't, then the youngest one will not work, which is fine really, I guess. But the elders will not work either. They will just be a mouth to feed without them doing anything for the tribe. So don't think that you're doing anyone a favor by keeping work age default. Max it out as often as you can. Look how much they're eating. There's 6,250. It's just so much. So much. Oh, is that the one that has a lot? Okay, they keep swapping around. I wish they would make them static. Things keep swapping around everywhere. There you go. We should probably make more service points. Only made some. As this is so easy, literally so easy to get fiber nowadays with all the increases we've had. Because trust me, we have had tons of increases, not only in the wild, but also from when we thresh the flax crop. We get a lot more fiber. So let's get up more of these. And as you can see, we have tons of plant fiber here. We have very little reed though. Are you guys not going to get these? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Ta-da. What is that? A water horse? Is that a water horse? A sea horse? A river horse? Is this a river horse? In the testing server, when animals are being chased away from the camp, they run in slow motion. Oh, and it's so beautiful. And the animation done by Keith Lee, he's a jewel to animation, is spot on correct for horses. It is so spot on, it's actually a little bit creepy. That's how good it is. It's a bit odd to watch the animation. Still needs work on the normal ones. See what's going on here. This is fine. But sometimes they do their double backbone back foot thing, which is really weird. And there's also one of the predators that looks like it's limping, which we don't want. Yeah, it looks a bit odd. A little bit odd. A little bit. $145. Let's get a few more sections done. We're going to go this way. There you go. When do I have? I have 2 full ones, yeah. I love the nights. It's so beautiful. I think if the devs ever considered to change the engine they have, which they made themselves, to, for instance, what so many are using, the Unreal Engine, we're going to lose some of the beauty of the game. But we are going to gain a lot of performance. That's a really big thing that I think I understand. I don't understand a lot about coding, I have to admit. But I think that is the reason why so many are using Unreal. It takes so little resources and there is so high performance. You're gonna have these. Yeah, good. I'm gonna pause them when they come home. where's the last one? There's also another change which is really good on the alpha server, the testing server, and that is the length that your notifications are staying. They are staying even though you click them. They still stay for a while, so you can go back to them. It's kind of like an archive. They stay for a bit. So you can keep better eye on what's going on. We need to start working on the bread industry as well. There's just so few raw stones here. If we struggle, I'll go over the males in the various species and slaughter a few of them. The moment we don't have to. Yeah, look at that. Looking good. Look at them going. Look at the traffic back and forth. Ouch. Yeah. More migrants. Oh, that stopped a bit too early, didn't it? Ta-da. Oh, look at them. She had two things she had maxed out. I once got 2 migrants in a row that had maxed out architecture. They were both young. I was extremely happy, to say the least. Are you guys drinking seawater? Oh no, it's a mix, isn't it? I'm not sure what you call it. What's called in English when it's a mix of fresh and seawater. See if we can get up more housing. How far does this one have to go? A few small rounds. So this is something that a lot of players don't understand. I'm just going to say it in case there are new players here. So peas is the only crop type you have that is not cropped. It is gathered. That means that the stalk with the leaves will remain behind until they rot away like they just did now. This is rotting away. But that's only the stalks, because the peas, you can see here, we have 737. They are already harvested. And then some sleeps later, if you are slow with harvesting them, they will rot away in the fields. So when you see that there is a pea field around this time, December, you know that it has been harvested and it's only the stalks left. Anything that is cropped will disappear. Anything that is gathered would leave behind the stalks. Yeah? Nothing more mysterious to it. Yeah, I think we are on top of the issues we had with flax. So now the animals should be well fed all the time. You guys are going to be paused for now until we might need some more. Yeah. How's it going with this one? Oh, we've come quite far. But we do need a lot more raw stone, that's for sure. Almost 3,000 more. And then we have these to do as well over here. It will take some time. I don't expect them to be done within this playthrough. Yeah, because it's too much work. Oh, do we have enough of these? Yeah, I'll take you. Wait a minute, how much else did we have? We have still a bit left of the Mesolithic, don't we? Where did the other one go? Oh, it's already there, okay. There you go. So those of you that does not know, if you do not put your livestock in a herder group, they will not be milked. Why is that one there? That was an odd thing to leave there. Oh, now I know. Because it's going to go into the house. Yeah, never mind. If you leave the livestock you get in no groups, except in any group, except the herder group, you will not get them milked. You won't get them slaughtered when they are old and unproductive. You will basically have them as wild animals feeding off your food, and that's it. So you must always put them in a herder group so that your animals will be milked, and when they are old and unproductive, especially the females, they will be slaughtered for their pelts, their bones, and their raw meat. Should probably get up a few more of these as well, but I'm going to see how it goes with the logs. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more logs. So I have 2 lumberjacks groups, so I think I will only need 1 when it's only about maintenance. Where's sticks? There it is. You guys are going to go up to 250 because you're going to help out the lumberjacks by picking them up from the ground. Yeah. Oh, instead of repairing this, I'm going to remove it and replace it. I'm going to put the roundhouse there, methinks. I'm going to slaughter a few of my animals. I think I'm going to see how many males I've got of the cows. Maybe take the eldest. Put my fishermen on pause, but now the pools seem to have regenerated quite a bit. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's have a look at the pigs instead. Oh, let's do these first. 2 males that I don't need. I have too many males already. Gosh, she had a lot of siblings. There you go, that should do it for a bit. Get some more food. Yeah. So, how many of these are done? You are a work in progress. You're done. You are done. Oh yeah, you are getting there. Well, the wheat is long done. And so the beets. So I'll open the beets. So they can go have fun with those. Yeah, they're not happy about eating the the grains. It is something new players will experience, whether they like it or not. With this one. So. See if we can find some mud heaps they can go and do. Is this a mud heap? I can't see. Gosh, got tricked. Got tweaked. There's one. Let's do you. Okay, you too. Don't need to crop anything. Okay, they're done with the peas as well. Okay, then I'll open those. Like that. So it's no wonder I never get housing enough, because I constantly accept all migrants without any discrimination. Plus 18, so this one is plus 30 appeasement. And the longhouses are like, I think it's 5%. Yeah. Well, these are 18. I think these are 11, or is it more? 11, yeah. The roundhouse, I think, is also 11. Yeah. So this one is now -1, and it will not get any worse. There are changes to this, though, that you will find out soon. It will be great when you're migrating, for sure. You will find out. You will find out. Now it's this one to this one, and then it will be this one to this one. Then I've locked in the entire production area. And of course these here are already locked in, or fenced in. This one is almost done now. Ta-da. We seem to be getting a fair bit of migrants, even though it's only 80% happiness. There's no way you're getting this in hardcore. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. We seem to have fairly okay control on the straw now. Now we're finally getting some straw from the wheat farms. Oh, I think I forgot something here. That doesn't look good, does it? Extraordinary. Well, let's do this then. Why is there lacking a pole or a connection pole? That's weird, isn't it? You can see it doesn't have a connection pole. Well, how bad can it be? As long as animals, wild animals can't go through, it's functional. Yeah, it's getting there. Slowly but surely. This one is done now. Yeah. We want to do on the inside, we want to just do the normal fencing. Let's see. I think it's difficult to make things fit after they changed what they do, how to do things. And we still have that, you know, there's like a gap between the gate and the fence at times. You can see it on, especially on stone fencing and also palisades, like there's an opening that you can't fill with anything. So here we should ideally have fencing as well. But we can't afford stone and we can't afford palisade because only this square here is an area we can afford palisade because it takes a lot of resources to build and to maintain. So yeah, can't do that. Yep. Are they all done now? Yeah, they are. So now we can give it to the animals. And these needs to be eaten up, no matter how unhappy it makes them. Gotta be done. So now I'm going to replace this one. As soon as he leaves. As soon as he leaves. He's crafting in there. Could take flip. Oh, he's making bifaces. It could take ages. This one. Ah. This one. He showed for 2 seconds and then he didn't show anymore. Oops. Ta-da. I'm gonna skip some of the night and the more boring stuff, so the video doesn't come 8 hours long. You know me. Oh, thank goodness we have enough mud. The thing with mud is that it decays so fast. It's the fastest decaying material in the game. If you don't count food, of course. Clam deteriorate really fast as well. So you need to have everything in hand before you build, so you don't have so much waste due to decay. Because when you put it on the building like this and the night goes on, you will see that you can lose up to 10% at times of the mud that you have on. So you need to have plenty enough so you don't lose too much. It's already gone down to half the night. And now they're going to add more. Yeah. Make sure that all people are working on the farms and nothing else. Well, except building houses, of course. Because now the leader is so old that there is constrictions, limits on all policies. Except communal tasks, of course, because that has nothing to do with anything. That's up to player to decide. Thank goodness. Almost done with the mud. Excellent. Really should have some opening here, I think. What was I thinking with this one? Was I going to put it over here? Then this is not needed at all. Was I going to leave it open? I don't remember what I was intending to do with this one. For now, it's just a waste, so I'm going to take it down. I don't remember why I put it there. Maybe I wanted to do this. And then put the gate there. Maybe? Maybe. How are we doing with logs? We have 120 plus. Okay, now these need repairs. Yeah. So animals have also been tweaked to seek more each other, so they are more in a pile, like in a big flock, instead of just spreading out. So that is also good, because it makes it easier for the herders to go and milk them instead of running like mad everywhere. They just find all of them in one place, more or less, which is good. Yeah, I was going with oh, already done. Okay, then it's time to remove this one too. I think I'm going to keep those 4 and the shaman's hut, because I think we can keep up with those. You can see we have a good amount. Being a normal difficulty, you have more animals than you do in hardcore, but roughly half of what you have in beginners. So you should still be able to have, like, I don't know, 2 to 8 maybe, depending on how much you hunt. I hunt quite a bit, on purpose at least, because you need to control the population of animals, the prey types, when you get animal rage. Because if you allow too many of a big species to grow, they could stampede through your camp, which is never a good thing. When they stampede, they will basically run into things, yeah, because a stampede is panic based, and when wild animals are panicked, they just run like mad to get away without consideration of where they are. I have suggested to the devs that animals who do run into heavier things should also get damage. So we'll just see if they have the opportunity to code it in, or the time, to be honest, to code it in. Because they might not. At least the main mechanic is in place, so... Oh, look! Now we can finally have our drive back to work. Good grief. Half the tribe was sitting on the bomb. I exaggerate to make a point. There you go. That's better. That's better. What have you been eating, you twiddle? You've probably been eating some flax or wheat grain. So the pigs and the goats are reproducing well. I have a lot of bulls, unfortunately, so there's not a lot of reproduction on the animals yet. So how much do you have left to do? Is it lack of ropes again? I always lack of ropes that don't give enough people to work on it. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can get another section going. It does take time. Sure does. There you go. I'm going to remove more of these. Just need to see when we get in mud. I'm going to remove these 3 as well. And of course, all of these. Then we're going to find out who we can trade away the leather to, because we won't be needing that much, of course. And we don't have the tools or the weapons and tools that need leather on this patch. It is in alpha only developers. So yeah, we are going to get more uses for leather. It's going to be good because I know this, because I've tested this and I'm testing it now. So 10%. I'm going to do these as well. With stones. Because we need to protect our fields from wild animals, regardless of animal rage or not. Gotta be done. That means that this one also needs a gate. And wall. Ta-da! Oh, how long have you been there? Probably a while, and I haven't even noticed. See how my animals doing. Are they getting enough food? Yeah, look at that. This is the best way to feed them, really. Flax grains with 4,000 calories. You know, if you have the smaller animals like the goats, they don't eat that much. They eat, okay, let me have a look at them. A male eats 875 a day, and a female eats 471 per day. So that's much more manageable. What are you? You're female? You're small? Very small? There you go. Go be with your other new friends and your new family. These also have a gate now, so they're closed off. A few more of these, so there's a nice pathway to the grave. Oh, I was going to see if I could make a little bit of this. Sure, I'll do a little bit with flax. Let's get some nice lighting as well. Should I put one here as well, or here? Let them sit on the bench. I think I'm going to do that. Let them sit on a bench. Ouch. Like that. There you go. I normally don't do a lot of, beautification and stuff. For me, it's mostly about efficiency. But I don't mind every now and then to do a bit of beauty. Should I do stone or... I think I'll do thingy here. Let's see how we're going to connect this. So how far does this go? Can I go into the housing with it? I can. Ta-da! Then let's do that. So nice. So you need to use a mix of fences, really. But yeah, use your palisades to protect your production areas, to say, put it like that, like where all the raw materials are placed. Yeah, and don't be afraid to use your storehouses or a lot of things that you need to save on. This is particularly important on hardcore, less important on normal, and not important at all in beginners. But when animal rage comes to public, you will have to make some choices. You need to make sure that you are protecting your scarce resources and your precious tools, such as the axe and the fine raw stone. So when you finally do settle, coming from Meso to the Neolithic, it is important that you don't over-harvest the area, otherwise you will be out of fine raw stone within a few years. And then you will have to rely on the trickle, which is not big at all, not even on normal, or you have to rely on trading or raiding the other tribes. Don't forget, you can also use, when that comes to public, then you can also use the baskets. Wait a minute, I'll show you. Or is it already in public? I actually don't remember. No, it isn't. When it comes to public, the patch I'm working on and what is in Patreon at the moment, you will have the option to also store other things in your baskets, and that's all I can say. Just get some more protection. Let me see, I'm going to use stones. Ta-da. I'm probably going to make some barns here as well. Oops. Yeah. I think this is going to be too much. Actually, I should probably do this instead, because we're going to have to keep it up, don't we? There you go. So if you're going to build a lot of things that will take a lot of manpower, you do it while farm work is basically zero. So now we're just waiting for the beets to be done harvesting, and that's it. Then it's going to take quite a few sleeps, and then they will start doing the other things, and of course last will be the peas. The peas will be at the end of the year. You can see we have the rope industry going that we need. Probably going to need some more sticks. This one, it should be done. Yeah, it's done with the raw stones. So now it's just this one, the mud. How much did this need? It's 2,000. We have 2,000 plus. So we should be alright. And then we need to go back to focusing on getting more housing up. How many do we have? It's 13% now because we got migrants. Yep. So I'm going to do something about these. I'm going to replace them with mud, I think. One by one. That one has lost all its pelts, so I'll do that one. Okay, now they're harvesting the flax as well. It's good. But they are almost done with these. Yeah. Good work, girls. Good work. It was a bit odd with a bit of stone and then the rest. Shigar. How do you call this fence in English? I don't know. I don't know the English name for it. Norwegian name is Shigar. Shigard? Shigard. Depending on where you're from in Norway. There's a Norwegian song, old song called Shigar, which is the type of fence. Cannot last forever. And it's I don't know, it's a song that reminds me of something. I don't know what. It reminds me of something. Some kind of childhood memory I have, which is not bad. Not a bad memory. Okay, they started on the mud. Good. Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Okay, so now this one is gone. Then it is time to... Where are the housing? There it is. It's time to replace it. These are out of work anyway, so... Get going. I don't like losing target just because they change status. One porcupine. I'm going to see if I can chase off horses in the testing server, and then I will record it and show you guys the slow motion, proper real life gallop of the wild horses. I was completely ecstatic when I saw it the first time. I was like hollering, yes, that looks so great. Completely out of my wits. Because I was so happy seeing it. Super duper happy. You can go out there. Yeah, it was really nice to see. Proper nice. Oh, oops. Forgot about that. Squirk, squirk. Not good. 7%, okay. It's only a few percent away from being yellow. Time to put it down. Okay, so that's wheat. And then let's make some more. But let's make that flax. Oh, didn't take rest. Fine, fine. I'll take what there is. But remember that your own livestock will not harm your farms or eat the crops. It is only the wild. I will do that. Yeah. So no worries, please. Please. Okay, so this one is being built. And when that one is done, I'm going to tear down this one and replace it. How much do we have left here to do? Another 1,000. Yeah. Right. That basically means that this is 255, 258. We can make another one in a few hundred mods. Just need to make sure I'm locking down seeds. Oh, she got pregnant quickly after she got fertile. Fertile, yeah. Oh, he's got lots of kids, which is good. Which is excellent. Get going. You need to give space to walk. So this one needs to go. Right. Now they are doing their wheat and also the others, because it is okay, not all of them, but wheat at least, and they should also have, yeah, done the beets. So let's see, we have 220 plus logs. Let's see if we can finally complete this. It's only taken 15 years. I never exaggerate, by the way. Never. I think I'm going to move the this one to further here. Like here. Oops. Ta-da. Then I'm going to wait till they have dismantled the other one, and then just get up the rest of the fences. Oh, it's almost repair time for these as well. Oopsie daisy. Yeah. This is probably what we can manage to do with palisades in this tribe. Let's see if I can go down to only one group of wood choppers when they're all finished. See if they can keep up with keeping up 250 logs a year or so. That would be good. But the thing that is with everything in game is that you have so and so long before they need repairs. But when animal rage is in effect, if the bigger animals keep attacking the fences, then you will need to repair them more often. So there's a calculation that's impossible to do like one for all. You need to see the amount of attacks you have and what kind of animals is coming to you, and because that is random, you know, so it's difficult to calculate anything. But in a tribe like this, I think keeping roughly 250 as a maintenance would be okay. Maybe a bit less. You basically just need to see. So then we're going to finish. This is done. 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 That one needs no. This has got. The only thing that needs any work now is this. Yeah. These are done as well. Can be opened for consumption. Have they done these? No, they're working on them now. Yep. This one is going to get next. This is done, and this is being worked on. That means this one is being worked on as well. This is done. No, it lacks 3. Okay. This one. Yep. Get the rest of the fence done here. Here. Ta-da. Love the moonshine on the ground. The moonshine, the moon shining, the shiny moon, the shine from the moon. Any of those will probably work. Probably. So this one has exit and here and here and here and here. Yeah, that's kind of all they need, isn't it? And there's one here as well. Yeah. This one doesn't need it. This one is done. Yeah. Good. What I was thinking about that I wanted to do was to make sure everything is enclosed. So I think I'm going to do this. This. And then I can't see the holes there. And then complete it over here. Like that. Let's get everything locked in. Because when the smaller animals come, they can't go through these either. Rats can go everywhere, really. And the bigger animals, like the aurochs and the wild horses and the predators and what else is there? Aurochs and the deer. Most of them can go through and ruin your palisades. Or at least make it hard for you to, or it will be harder for them to break through palisades, but they will eventually do it. Especially when it's lack of food, and they will try their very best to come eat your straw. At the moment, they don't care. So this one is gonna go. Ta-da. How much do I have? 1185. Okay, and this one needs to be taken down, then replaced. These two can be done. I'll put them in the architect group so that they can get practice. Only some of them. This is the thing with large tribes. You can't leave these things to the entire tribe. You need to focus on a few that will keep up with the skills. Like 400 will probably not manage to reach max skills, and they're not supposed to, because you're supposed to have some expert in this and some are expert in other things, and not everyone being expert in everything, because that's not going to work. So this is also why you need to let the specific group deal with the architecture and some of the other things. I think the least you need to worry about are the crafters, because they will cover woodworking. They will cover toolsmithing, stoneworking. Yeah, did I say woodworking? Yeah, I did. They will cover those. Now we are 406. I reached the target I wanted. I wanted 400 plus, and we do have that. So now I just need to make sure that everybody has a place to sleep and that the last line of defense is done. A lot of animals. Time to make a new group. The others are fairly full. Remember, the fuller your group are, the more likely you are that some are being missed to have milked. Because the cattle takes quite a while to do, especially for the younger ones. They have lower carry capacity than the elders, and the adults and the elders. So if you have a lot of kids in one herder group, you need to make sure that they are many enough to cover all the milking that is needed. Okay, that's done and empty. Time to lock it for next year. Yeah, I'll leave the wheat for now. So now next year we're going to get a bit more wheat, which means a bit more straw and more of the lovely flax for my animals, because that's what's going to keep them satisfied. Nothing else will. Nothing else. Oh, is there one there you don't want to put there to let the animals eat? You twiddle. What a twiddle twonk. So when we moved here, we eradicated all the trees, and see, they are growing back up, some of them, which is good. Because you do want some trees, you know. I did regret taking away absolutely everything. No need for that. Okay, so I'm going to, as soon as this one is done, this one here, I'm going to make a fence around this area as well here, this one. But I'm not going to use stone or palisade. I'm going to use the normal fence. If this had been slow speed, I would have had a lot more farms, because I would need to feed 2 times more. %1 is hungry. Well, go eat then. There is food. Gosh, look how many pigs we've got. I think we need to slaughter a few. Let's have a look. Look at all these. Leave the younger ones. Look at this guy. 7 kids. Only 2. I'm gonna slaughter you then. He has none. Doesn't even have a mate. It's just a kid. Oh, and she will be ready for slaughter right now, so she won't get pregnant. What about you? You have a lot of kids, but they're all mostly male. Yeah, this one needs to go too. She is old. Yeah, I did like 4, 5. That'll do it. Try to finish this fence. Then that's the last fence we need to get done. I'm just gonna wait till they've done the wheat at least. All of these have now been replaced. All the big peltards have been replaced with proper roundhouses. Still have the lovely slum over here. That needs to be eradicated as well. Our priority was to get up enough houses and also complete the fencing of the entire settlement. Not the slum though, because that's going to be torn down. Don't need all 4 fireplaces there. God, I feel it goes the second I accept migrants and I am lacking 20% already. Crikey. Crikey. Look at them going. Look at the speed. Traders can come in handy for pulses. They give a lot of calories, so well worth it. This is the last one of the wheat that needs doing. Okay. It will be done by today with the wheat, so I'm going to open it for consumption. It's the feet's also done. Almost done with the leg. That means we are in. Okay, we have full 3 sleeps. How much sticks do we have? We have 500. That'll do it. Where's the other one? There it is. Trying to find the connecting point. And this one goes to... Oh, that one. To here. Okay. Oh, it annoys me when it doesn't go directly, you know. It goes a bit over where it should go, but it needs to be secure, so screw beauty. I wish they could do that a bit more precise, to be honest. Like it was fluid and not like one section needed to be in that area or in that area. Like fluid, I'm not sure what to call it. So that it fits perfectly, you know, no matter angle and size of the length of the section. Let's get down more huts, more roundhouses. Do 2 more. So there's regrown any mud piles in the closest area. I see one over there. Let's do that one. Oh, there's 2 here. Sure. Let's do it. It's done though. Almost. So, okay. Adding some more service points. And a lot of old people dying in one foul swoop. Slaughter a few animals to keep up the food. Do with a few pigs as well. Can't harm. It is annoyingly hard in the south, even on normal, because there's so little of everything in comparison to region 2, which is much easier. So when you have a really big tribe, like 400 plus, you will run into problems. I'm not sure I can keep up with all the animals. I might have to slaughter more of the pigs, just have a smaller amount of pigs. The cows give back so well with regards to the milk, while pigs don't. Pigs is probably the most uneconomical thing to have. And I would normally only have pigs if I have no issues with straw, but I do have issues with straw. So I think I need to slaughter down quite a few. Let's leave some of the younger males. Yep, let's see if that helps a bit. Are these done? No, it's got a few left. We'll probably go down on the work hours a bit. Oh god, I killed a guy, an old Duke due to overwork. Where did he go? What did he go? Did he die in the water? What the hell? Where is he? God. Let's look for a needle in the haystack. Really? Why can't I see him? I can't find him. Did I stop prematurely? So he's actually further away. Poor old man. Oh well. Yeah, it's impossible to see. Oh, we did it. And it took forever, but we did it. Everybody has somewhere to sleep. Everything is securely inside fences. And we actually are alive, and we're over 400 population. You know, normal is not as easy as many people think. It might be easy when you are migrating a lot, when you allow yourself to not be overwhelmed, but that there is so much to do. Just take one thing at a time. Divide your workforce well. Do not put everyone to do the same thing unless there is a specific task you need. Then you also use the policies. Use your policies. I always use my policies, always. Even in beginners and normal, I use policies. In hardcore, you have no choice. You have to use your policies. Oh, is that water in the graves? What the hell? So, how many are happy? 87. That's fine. Anything above 50 is okay. But if you want more population, try to get 100 all the time. You don't have to. You will still reach, by the time you're well established in the Neolithic, you will be 400 if you accept all the migrants. It's just, yeah, it's easy enough to manage it. So we have overall enough food for everyone. We have enough farm food for most. Look at how cool that is for that pattern. I always do the weird patterns. The thing that I struggle with is I get complacent. If it is not constantly a struggle, I get complacent. And that is, you know, making me be slow. Because, yeah, nobody will leave if they have to sleep in the open for a while. Nobody will leave if they don't get proper house for a while. You know, everyone can tackle a bit of high work hours for a while, but then I go back to hardcore and get my ass handed to me. So complacency is my biggest enemy. Yeah. So there are, yeah, your own livestock will not harm any of your farms. There's a majority of mud housing because mud is plenty here, while the fine stones, while the normal stones are not. They are more rare. So this did not get done because I took down the people working on it because they were always out of stone, so I cut down the amount. Look at all the trees suddenly. Didn't we clear everything when we got here? We did, didn't we? Look at you guys going and doing a good job. Good job. Right, so that was kind of it. It's a very long video. I apologize profusely for forcing you guys to watch hours of me babbling. It was a little bit special today, though, because I've kind of had a rough day, and it shows in the video. Right. Maybe said a few things that you guys would never think about, or that you had no clue was part of me. But I hope I haven't scared anyone away. I might have done. Maybe I shared a little bit too much and a little bit too information about my own opinions, which is something I said I wouldn't do. Said to myself, stay away from religion, politics and all these things, and don't go too much into your own past. And I think I just did that, sort of, to a fairly good degree. But doesn't that also show that I'm more normal than a lot of people might think? I'm not always this happy-go-lucky. I have days where I can barely get out of bed. Yeah, we have. Oh yeah, it's yeah, you do need not only the rope, but you also need a few sticks, especially if you're a bit slow getting things repaired. I did put the communal task policies on even so that they can share the work. So that is basically going to be it. It's not particularly beautiful, you know, and it is not an organic tribe, because I've built exactly the way I wanted, whether there were trails or not. But you do get trails in all directions if you manipulate it a little bit. Then you can easily just start building the day after, because you will find that you can build the second someone has walked past it at least once or twice, or two people, then you can build. Yeah. So now you guys are a bit prepared for what needs to be done when animal rage comes. Animal rage is toughening up the game a lot. It is a little bit disconcerting. It's a bit concerning though that there is no protection time for larger tribes, which means you have effectively killed off big tribe migration, at least successful ones. But I never give up, so I'm going to find ways to do it. And this time I'm not going to share with the devs how I do it, because I shared scavenge runs, and now they have effectively cut that off by making it impossible to stay short term only, where you don't have time to put up any storages or fences. So whatever I tell you of things that I do to do better in hardcore, especially in region 1, it has to stay in my videos. They never watch anything that I do anyway, so they will never find out. But I can tell you guys, because you guys won't tell on me, right? You won't tell the devs when I find ways to overcome what they are trying to do. I will happily find ways to circumvent when they're trying to cut off my wings. I have told them, don't cut off my wings. I will always find a way, no matter what you try to do. It's like, I'm threatening them, don't do it. I will be super unhappy. Super unhappy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to tell them how I do it next time. Chance of them watching any of my videos is like, I don't know, 0.0%. How many times do they watch them? Never. So I can tell you guys, and they will never know. Yeah. Well, what else should I do? When there are hinderings in the game, I will always try to find a way to succeed better with the hinderings. And if that hindering is possible to either circumvent or modify, or not with mods, I can't use mods, or do a specific way of methodology in my game, I will do it. And I will teach others how to do it as well. Scavenge runs was great. You could land with hardcore tribes and have plenty materials and food and basically be properly prepared. You know, you'd be properly prepared for hardship without having to spend your entire workforce on getting food, for instance. Or getting all materials all over again. Landing with 0 fine raw stone, landing with 0 straw, you know, 0 things, 0 rope, nothing, no food. In a big tribe, hardcore, that's death. That's death immediately. So if it stays the way it is now with no protection time, then anyone trying to migrate with big tribes, they will be extremely frustrated. And I have said this, and if they are not going to listen, well, then they're not listening to me, then they will have to listen to the community. That's just how it is. So yeah, that's it. And next time is going to be a hardcore tribe. I might not start in 10k BC. I might start in 8k. Because I'm going to only do a few hops before I settle. So when you get to the Neolithic time and you get the opportunity to build farms and stuff and have animals, I'm going to try to not have so many scavenge runs because they won't be successful. So one of the last times I tried, I had 100 access for my 400 plus hardcore tribe that I was going to land with to clear, to quickly get up farms and everything I needed and fencing. And after 3 scavenge runs, I had 17 access left because I had been ruined by animals, wild animals. I had no straw. I started with 3,500. I wanted 5,000. What the hell is that? Look at the birds! Look at the birds! Are these aeroplanes? Is it Superman? What is it? No, it's birds! Did you guys see that? That was creepy as fudge. God damn! That scared me a little bit. Now I'm terrified of being alone. I don't want to be alone. What the heck? Did you guys see that? Did you see? Stiff birds that look like aeroplanes. Like bombers. Oh gosh. Anyway. We win. We has a win. So this is, the tribe has everything they need, including food. But then again, normal you can easily do that. You don't need to know everything about the game to succeed on normal, or even beginners. But you do need to know a little bit if you want to succeed big tribes on hardcore. You do need to know a little bit about the game and how to use policies. I think I say this every time in every video I make. You need to know your policies, how to use them. Not kidding. That's just a star, shooting star. Make a wish. I'm gonna make a wish. Okay, I bet you all can make out what I wanted to wish for, and I did. But I can't say that loud because then it won't become true. Right. So I don't know when the next movie will be or the next video. I'm probably going to do a few videos with the devs where I add things about the process in the dev team. So far I've covered bugs, how bugged is the game. And you know, I there are no bugs. The bugs there are, we normally find extremely quickly. You know, so it's not like we are riddled with bugs and stuff like that. There are some visual ones, a bit of clipping and stuff like that, but I never crash unless it is with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is driving me insane. Anyway, look at that lovely, lovely sunset. Ta-da! Well, not sunset, what's it called? Sunrise. Oh my god. This is lovely, isn't it? It is lovely. I don't think I want to do hardcore south. It's just annoying. Because there's so little tropical food that grows well here. But it's lovely, lovely. What's with the birds? The fudge, guys! Look at the birds! What's with the birds? The hill! It's like Uber gliders. Look at the birds. Look at the birds. Dear me. Right, I'm actually going to end this video now. Otherwise, I'll be sitting here waiting for more birds. So these little birds, the swallows, are probably those you see now. But the bigger birds, I almost call them heirlooms. That's not what they're called. Called something else. I don't remember the name of them in English. Hegre, we call them in Norwegian. No. They are flying normally, but the bigger ones, they are goddamn bombers. They are airplane bombers. I'm telling you, why am I talking shit American accent? Absolute horrid American accent. Oh, please don't fire me. Please don't unfollow me because I do this. I can be so weird. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys now. And I almost said follow me, I'm delicious. That's not what I wanted to say. I was going to say, until next video, have fun and take care.